Hello everyone. A lot of people, when modding Skyrim, struggle to get good performance. So in this video, we are going to cover mods that boost the performance of Skyrim and will help increase your FPS. Now there are many mods that aim to achieve this, so I'm just going to cover the ones that I use or that I would recommend. I've also structured this video so the first half are mods that I consider essential that everyone should use, and then toward the end are mods that are more optional, but I will let you know as we get along. So let's start with the configuration tool called BethINI or BethINI. This allows you to easily adjust the INI files for Skyrim. You can fine-tune your game settings to achieve optimal performance and visual quality on your specific hardware setup. I recommend choosing one of the preset configuration options and also checking the recommended tweaks box. You can also go through the different tabs to adjust specific settings the way you like. Just remember to save and exit when finished. Now we're going to cover several mods that fix certain bugs and issues within Skyrim. The first is the mod Unofficial Skyrim Patch. This mod aims to fix a large number of bugs and issues that were not addressed by the official patches released by Bethesda. I expect most people to already have this mod with over 13 million downloads already, but if you don't, you can go ahead and install it. Next is a mod called SSE Engine Fixes. This mod aims to fix various bugs and issues in the game engine related to stability, performance, and compatibility. Some examples of the issues include crashes and memory leaks. It is considered an essential mod for many players to improve the game's stability and overall experience of Skyrim. Then we have the mod called SSE Fixes, which is only available to people who have downgraded to Skyrim Special Edition 1.5.97. So don't download if you're on the Anniversary Edition of Skyrim 1.6 and above. This mod just fixes a bug that can cause low FPS. The next essential mod is PO3 Tweaks, which offers another collection of engine fixes to address bugs and issues related to stability and the performance of Skyrim. This mod comes with an INI file where you can enable or disable certain features, so I recommend going through the mod description and understanding all of the options available. The next mod I highly recommend is called Papyrus Tweaks NG. This mod provides a collection of fixes, tweaks, and performance improvements for Skyrim's script engine. It also comes with a configurable INI file where you can enable or disable certain features. One that I highly recommend everyone enable is the speed up native calls found in the experimental section and is disabled by default. I noticed a significant difference in game when this was enabled, but I also recommend reading through all of the features and understanding what this mod can do. Another Papyrus mod is Recursion Monitor. This detects broken Papyrus scripts stuck in Recursion and prevents frame rate lag. Essentially, Papyrus functions can get stuck calling themselves in an infinite loop. This mod breaks the recursion after 1,000 calls and should prevent your frame rate from getting affected by this bug. Then we have the mod called SSE Display Tweaks, a highly configurable mod that fixes bugs and other issues to do with your display. This mod will also unlock the frame rate so you can play above 60 FPS. In the INI file, you can adjust various display settings such as playing in full screen, borderless full screen, or windowed mode. I again recommend going through the description and understanding what this mod can do. Then we have the last of what I would consider essential mods, called Skyrim Priority SE AE. This mod will ensure Skyrim gets the most CPU usage, which can increase FPS and prevent sudden lag in certain cases. Now for some more optional mods that you can select based on your own needs. First is the mod Faster HDT SMP, which applies physics to certain objects such as clothing or hair. This is just a better version of the original HDT SMP mod, so if you are using that mod, you should update to this faster version. Physics mods in general are very taxing on your PC performance and will result in lower FPS, so any mod that helps with physics is worth it. Of course, if you don't need or want physics, you don't need this mod. Then we have the new mod known as Skyrim Upscaler, which enhances the graphics of your game by implementing the Nvidia feature called DLSS, or Deep Learning Super Sampling, which can be simply described as upscaling. This would allow you to play Skyrim at a lower resolution, for example 1080p, and then upscale your game to a higher resolution for better visual quality. Doing this will increase your frame rate, and depending on your hardware, you can see significant increases in FPS. Currently, this is not compatible with EMBs, so if you are using an EMB, you cannot utilize this feature. However, the author is working on a new version that may be released at some point in the future. This mod is complicated to understand and install, so I have also linked 2 videos by Mern who goes into depth on how this mod works and how to install. The next mod is called Cleaned Skyrim Textures. Basically, this mod utilizes more modern tools to compress and upscale the vanilla Skyrim textures that Bethesda enhanced going from Legendary Edition to the Special Edition. This results in both better looking image quality and an increase in performance. The file size to download this mod is quite large, coming in at 7 GB, so just be aware if you are installing this mod. Also, if you do install it, you want to put it near the top of your load order, just under the unofficial patch, so that any other texture mod that you have installed will overwrite this one. Next is a mod called Lightened Skyrim, which removes objects from the game that you can't see. For example, a rock under a house would still be loaded into your game even though you couldn't see that rock, while this mod would remove that rock. Removing these items means your PC doesn't have to load as many objects, resulting in increased performance. This is a great mod and should be compatible with almost anything. The next 2 mods implement a similar feature called occlusion culling, which adds occlusion planes to remove part of the object that are not visible in game. In most cases, this will be behind a wall or below the floor. The first is called eFPS, made by the same author as the previous mod, and focuses on exterior areas of Skyrim, most noticeably in cities, or in areas with a lot of architecture. For this reason, this mod does conflict with other mods that move or delete existing architecture, such as city overhauls. There are patches available for some of the more popular city mods, but just be wary, you may require multiple patches to use this mod. The next mod is called Skyrim Project Optimization, which does the same thing as eFPS, except for interiors. This mod is also more compatible, because there are in general less interior overhaul mods, but you may still require a patch or 2 for your load order. Both of these mods make it so your PC doesn't render objects that won't be seen, which can help in improving performance. Moving on, the next mod is similar in scope, called Insignificant Object Remover. This mod removes or reduces the density of certain objects you may not notice or simply look ugly. Some examples include the kelp found underwater and those little ugly bushes found around Skyrim. With this mod, those objects can be removed. If you do install this mod, you can also choose what to remove and what not to. So if you like having kelp underwater, you can keep it. I actually use this mod not because of the performance increase, but because it removes some of the clutter from the landscape. However, it will increase performance slightly with less objects being loaded in. The next mod is called Shadow Boost, which will dynamically adjust your shadow and view distance to boost performance. I personally don't use this mod as I didn't notice much of a difference, but people with a lower end PC may encounter a more significant increase in performance. This mod also comes with an EMB menu, which allows you to adjust or disable certain features of the mod. Another mod by the same author, called Nvidia Reflex Support, implements the Reflex feature introduced in Nvidia GPUs to dynamically reduce system latency and boost response time. Some people may actually experience reduced FPS with this mod, but the game will feel more responsive. This mod is also only available to people who have a Nvidia GPU, so if you use AMD or something else, don't install this mod. It also comes with an ENB menu, similar to the last mod, so you can adjust the settings in-game. Lastly is a mod called Less Vanilla Trees. As it says on the box, this mod reduces the amount of trees in Skyrim by a certain percentage. I wouldn't recommend using this mod unless you are really struggling to get good FPS, or you like the look of less trees in Skyrim, but I thought I would just mention it for people who are interested. And that's it for this video. As I said earlier, you don't need to install all of these mods, you can simply pick and choose what works best for you. The first section of the video I do consider essential and recommend everyone to be using those mods. Otherwise, thank you for watching, I hope it helped and you gained some precious FPS. See you all again next time. Cheers.